I want to be doing what the Lord is calling me to do. I feel like I've been running from it, and I was just like so tired of running. So I'm like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity to leave and not come back. And so that happened. I know in the start of the year, everyone expects January to be like a fiery month where everyone's on fire. Everyone's going after the things that the Lord called them to do, or their desires, or all of the things, right? And for me, that was not my story. And I'm okay with that because I know that the Lord is a suddenly God. Like 2 weeks into me being on maternity leave, what happens? I get a call from my director saying my job, they're letting me go. My position is no longer being funded for. Cool. I was not mad. I was not upset. I kind of knew it was coming because, for one, that's what I wanted in my heart. But also, two, there were kind of signs there prior to me leaving. However, it is what it is, right? So here I am. I am unemployed. And so it's not a bad thing because the Lord is sustaining me and my family, of course, in my walk with the Lord, in my faith journey. He's calling me higher, and he's definitely calling me to walk on water. And though it's very uncomfortable, the Lord displaces you somewhere, right? Or removes you from an environment where you no longer were growing or it wasn't serving where you're going. All you can do is rely on the Lord. All you can do is look for his instructions, his clarity, and his understanding for where you are. Where I was in my last season and how the Lord showed up, of course, is totally different from who he is in this season for me. And in this season, I'm on a deeper, more intimate level where I'm truly trusting in him because I don't have the answers. All I know is that there is something that he has given me 10 years ago that I've been putting off, that he's like, nah, like, this is what you need to be focusing on. This is the thing that I'm calling you to. And every time you run from it, I'm going to have to just make you uncomfortable to put it right back in your face until you really take it seriously. And that being my gift in creativity. That is my true passion, to be honest. It started off with, my entire life I've been creative. My entire life I enjoyed patterns, I enjoyed colors, I enjoyed fashion, I enjoyed anything that had to do with expression, poetry, anything. So it doesn't surprise me that that is the sphere of influence that the Lord is calling me to. I don't know what it looks like. However, I know that he has given me things, visions and desires that I've been afraid to truly pursue. I think out of insecurity, out of lack of probably resources, out of just lack of confidence, I can say. But in this season, there is no excuse, because if the Lord is for me, who can be against me, right? Like, if the Lord has given me something, that's something that he has entrusted me with, so I have to be the one to steward it well. My creative flow has been on its all-time high where I don't want to stop. I just want to keep going because I know myself, like, if I have a little bit of pause, that pause, it becomes procrastinating. And all I want to do is please the Lord. I keep my eyes on Jesus, not like Peter, how Peter took his eyes off Jesus and he started to drown. I don't want to drown anymore in none of my seasons. I don't want to rely on my own strength. I don't want to begin to start getting ahead of myself and not waiting on the Lord, because I believe in obedience there are so much great rewards, and not even like tangible things, but as far as like just being wise in a season and just waiting for the Lord's divine instruction. We have to trust not onto our own understanding, but lean onto his understanding, because he has divine instructions for us. And without those instructions, we won't be able to walk through those doors of opportunity And so I don't want to be deceived this season. I don't want to be, you know, in the wilderness. I don't want to be in the wilderness for 40 years. Like, I want to be able to, even if I'm in the wilderness, like right now, I may be in the wilderness. Like, I don't even know, because I'm at peace with it. But even if I am in the wilderness, like, I don't want to be in the wilderness for 40 years. Like, I don't want to be like the Israelites. Who wants to be, like, come on. I don't want to do that. In the heat, in the cold, I don't want to do that. I want to be in the presence of the Lord, doing what He's called me to do, walking in obedience. Even if it's hard, I'm going to do it. Even if I'm afraid, I'm going to do it. Even if it doesn't make sense, I'm going to do it. Why? Because the Lord is calling me to do it. And I need to be obedient, because I don't want to miss nothing that the Lord has for me this season. I want every crumb. I want every piece of steak. I'm hungry right now. I want like everything the Lord has for me. And I know it requires obedience. I'm speaking to myself. Yes, I am not going to just share something and not take my own advice. I have to show up and be consistent in what the Lord is calling me to do. And that even looks like when you don't feel like doing it. You got to be consistent. It's about trusting, walking on water. It's about not seeing what's ahead of you, but knowing who has your hand while you're walking. It's about knowing the character of God, to be honest, like knowing the character of God, right? Like, I know that He's not going to bring me to a place without me being equipped for it. Like, that's just not how God is. It's only going to be fruit that I'm going to see. I'm going to see fruit. The fruit that I've been waiting for. I've been toiling. I've been patient for some years. And so I believe that this is the year. This is the season. This is my time. This is my breakout. Okay? I'm believing in God. And I hope you believe in God too. Because walking on water is not an easy thing. It's not easy to walk on water. You need faith. You need faith. Like, you need it. You need it. You can't do it without faith. You can't. And the beautiful thing about it is, God is not going to fail us. Like, He's not going to fail us. He's not going to let us down. He is not going to disappoint us. If you are aligning your will with His, there can't be no disappointment. I don't want my will anyway. Like, I want the desires He has for me, because I know they are far way better than what I have for myself, than what I can even take myself. I can't take myself far. We are always looking for the next thing that God has for us, or looking for the next thing that He's going to speak to us, but not realizing that, what if He already spoke it in the last season, and then it's like you didn't complete it? So it's like, no, you still could do what I told you to do the last time. You didn't do it. What's next is what I already told you in the previous season. That's your next. That's your next. It's going to keep showing up until you complete it. And so I need to finish what He has given me. And that means that I have to steward the thing that is in my hand right now. And that is my creativity. It may be hard to let go of some things, and that's okay, right? I'm thinking about, there's a picture that I came across. I remember one time I was going through a hard season, and it was a picture of Jesus with a big teddy bear behind His back, and it was a little girl with a small teddy bear, and the Lord was telling her, just surrender that teddy bear, the small teddy bear, and behind His back. She didn't see it. She didn't know what He had behind His back, but He had His hand out for her to surrender the small teddy bear, and He had that big teddy bear behind His back, and He's like, let go, let go. And she's like, but I love my teddy bear. He's like, let go. And that's where I'm at. Like, I don't want the small teddy bear anymore. Like, I want what you have for me, Lord. Because if I can just trust in your hand and knowing your character and knowing the history, I mean, like, I already know exceedingly above all that I can even. Oh my God. Everything I'll do, I want it to worship. I want it to be an incense unto God. Like, I want it to be so pure and so full of just joy and love for him. Because if he doesn't do anything for me, like, I'm okay, because the Lord is good regardless. That is what that picture depicted. Like, it was a beautiful framework of what God has for us. And I always go back to that picture to remind myself when I am afraid to walk on water, when I am weary, when I am losing hope, when my faith is not faithing. I look back at that picture and I'm reminded, like, if only I can just surrender and let go of my teddy bear, of my plans, of my will, of my desires, and in exchange for what the Lord has for me, it's gonna be a win-win. It's gonna be a win-win. Because for one, it's gonna be better, right? This is the time that we are going to walk on water. And we're not gonna lose faith like Peter. We're not gonna take our eyes off of Jesus. We're not gonna take our eyes off of Jesus this time. We're gonna walk on water and keep our focus on the Lord and finish what the Lord has started. We're gonna finish that thing that he's called you to do. We're gonna finish that thing that you put down and you're afraid to pick back up. Like, we're gonna finish our race, and we're gonna finish strong. We're gonna finish it strong because we have the Lord with us. Like, there is nothing that we can do through Christ. I'm ready, and I hope you're ready too. You gotta be ready. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for me. We are doing this together. Take your rightful position and go be great. Go do everything in excellence.